Welcome back to the Pursuit of Accuracy. I'm Josh, and today we're going to be doing a review on the brand new SIG P322 comp, and it's going to be a little bit of a story because there are some ups and downs. Overall, with this being a huge win, but with one single point of failure. So let's get into the video. So before we get into the nitty-gritty details of this pistol and what that failure is, I want to take a quick minute to thank our channel sponsors, Utah Airguns. If you're not familiar with them, if you're looking at getting into airguns, then they are an enormous airgun store with a ton of experience. But what you may not know is that they're also into precision rifle accessories, carrying everything from Armageddon gear, game changer bags, to the Gray Ops weights that you see me using on my chassis and everything in between. So do yourself a favor, help us out, help the guys who help support this channel and bring this kind of content to you by going over to utahairguns.com, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with what they have. So yeah, let's get into what the P322 comp is, and this of course is a 22 long rifle semi-auto. The comp, as you can see, does come with a compensator. It comes with a SIG Romeo 0 Elite red dot. It has the rackers here. On this side, we do have the gas pedal, and I know a lot of you are thinking, well, there's not much recoil to control, but overall, this is a very light pistol, and having that gas pedal is going to help you drive this. And if you're shooting steel competition or just trying to shoot fast, that extra bit of support for your thumb does help you drive this gun through recoil and get it back on target very fast. It is going to come with a very generous mag well that is beveled. All that has worked out very well for me. And in the box, you're also going to get two magazines, a 20-round magazine and a 25-round magazine, as well as this little tool that's going to help you load it. Now, my experience with the magazines have been great so far. You're getting a lot of capacity and they seem to be ultra reliable. I did hear some rumors about the previous ones that people did have issues. I just loaded these like I would a Voodoo, one round at a time, keeping tension on the stack of rounds, and I had zero issues doing that. Now, the rest of this review is going to look very different. We did take this out and do our first shots with this pistol just like this. As you can see, I put a PID Holosun light. So everything you see here is going to be supplied by me. There is nothing sponsored here. I'm not sponsored by SIG, Holosun, anybody. I bought this with my own money at a local gun shop, and I paid $660 for this, and I think for what all you're getting, that's actually a pretty good deal. So we did take this just like it is outside and do our very first shots, and that's kind of where we ran into our initial problems. So I guess we got our first issue, and it's not with the pistol, but the dot, the up and down is working. I can't move this anymore right. It's got an adjustment screw on here. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it. I'll show you inside, but the more I turn it, doesn't matter. It's still shooting left. That's a whole mag, but we're also going to put the old man on it and load him up with a second mag. We're using a factory mag, so we got the other factory mag in. I think this one is 20 rounds, this one's 25, but we're going to let him run this and see how he does. Remember, it shoots shooting way left and high at that distance. All good?
Yep.
Yeah, ran it dry.
Shoots good.
So we took the P322 comp out for its first shot and it ran flawlessly for me. I had absolutely no issues with one exception, and that was the SIG Romeo Zero Elite. When I first installed this dot, it was actually pointing like way right of the front sight post, and I adjusted the windage as far as I could, and no matter what I did, this would never zero up. So that was the beginnings of the problems for the red dot on here. So as you can see, we were trying to get some Kentucky windage on this, and as I attempted to zero it, I could never get it zeroed. So not only would the windage not adjust far enough, it also seemed to kind of float around. So I think that the emitter itself actually has an issue. So having that issue, I did call SIG customer service, and they did respond immediately. They had me do a few checks on the dot. Those did not help. And then they very quickly emailed me and sent me some information. I had to take some pictures of the dot, and they are going to replace this for nothing. So these things do happen on production guns. I know there are a lot of people who do not like the SIG optics. I have already ordered a Holosun 47K, and that will be in this evening. And then tomorrow we are going to take this back out and we're going to actually do the rest of the review. All right, so we're going to try and sight this in at about 20 yards, and we're also going to use this for the accuracy testing, shooting the semi-auto rifle from SK. And let's hope we're somewhat close. We're going to go for the center dot. All right, looked like we were a little bit low. We're gonna go up 4 clicks there, and we're gonna go after the top dot. All right. 0 malfunctions out of this. We're probably at about 300 rounds now. Let's go out a little bit and see if we can hit that. All right, so I did jinx us, malfunction 1. Just had one that didn't strip off the mag, maybe getting a little dirty, but that is number 1. And it was the last one before lockback, which we did get. We're gonna turn this dot brightness up. I'm gonna shoot at some of this close steel too, just so I can get an idea in competition where I have to hold for this. So we're gonna start straight on. Interesting. Okay, so I was holding lower and they were going under. You know, rookie move. Lock back again and figuring the gun out. Shooting really well. Let's load up some more and see what we can do. So just a quick note, we never cleaned this, hasn't been cleaned at all, and so far we had one failure to lock back on the shorter 20 round mag, and we had one failure to feed, which was the last round of the 25 round mag. But outside of that, it's been very reliable. We're gonna run this a little bit faster. We're just gonna kind of shoot, and I'm gonna shoot it into the berm. There'll be some waterworks, but we're just gonna run probably 10 pretty quick here, just to see how the gun reacts, how it shoots. All right, we're switching back to CCI standard velocity. We did have a couple of hiccups with the SK semi-auto. You know, they weren't failures, but I would call them hiccups. So we didn't strip one round, the last round of one mag, and we've had 2 failures to lock back. So let's first just dump about 10 of these and see how it handles a mag dump with the CCIs. Pretty good, no failures. Let's see. I missed the last one, but lock back, no problems. A little bit different point of impact with the CCI, but lock back every round, no problem. So I think we put the P322 comp through its paces. Do have about another 100 rounds to burn through to get up around that 450 round mark without cleaning this. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna montage this bad boy, and you're gonna get some slow-mo shots of this in action so you can see the slide working, the ejection pattern, gases from the comp. You can tell, but this thing it's getting dirty. So if we have more problems with this guy, you'll see it on camera. All right, so we stopped the slow-mo. We have our first failure. Stovepipe, you know, we're at about 400 and, I don't know, 30 or 40 rounds. So let's lock this back, strip that guy out, and let's get back to the slow-mo. All right, these are the last rounds, and we're gonna be at 450 rounds on this review. We had one failure with the CCI standard velocity. We did get a stovepipe, but we're gonna finish it out here, and you guys will see this one live, then we'll go back inside and wrap this up. Good to go. All right. So we just came back inside from the range to wrap this up. So far, I really love this handgun. It shoots extremely well. We didn't clean it. We just ended up running 450 rounds through this of SK semi-auto and CCI standard velocity. We did have the one failure that you saw on camera, the stovepipe. We did have twice, I think, that we didn't get locked back. And we had one time where we didn't strip the last round out of the mag. And for never having cleaned this and running it like we did, I'm very happy with that. All those were clearable malfunctions. In the big scheme of things, we had one stoppage out of 450 rounds of mixed 22 long rifle without cleaning, and I say that is a win for this gun. This does have a really good trigger right out of the box. And you see here, it's going to get to 90 degrees, and then we have a nice clean break on that. And these little things, while people may think it's a joke having these side cockers, when you're talking about a 22 pistol for competition, things like that gas pedal and these little side cockers do help quite a bit. But I actually don't know what the pull weight is, so we're gonna use our Wheeler Digital pull weight deal here. And 4 pounds. 3 pounds, 13 ounces. And 3 pounds, 11 ounces. Now, of course, we have the Holosun 507K on here now, and the Romeo Zero Elite sits here waiting for the replacement from SIG, but very happy with this. The trigger feels great. Still need to get this dialed in, figure out what ammo I'm going to shoot and get it zeroed. As you saw from the paper there, this is capable of some very good accuracy, even with an idiot like me behind it. And that target was 21 yards away from me on the bench there where I was shooting. Obviously, it was rested and I was shooting it with a dot, but still not taking anything away from it. It ran very well. So far, I am very happy with this handgun. I don't think that you would be disappointed if you picked up the P322 comp. Really liking how this points, feels, and shoots. And looking forward to putting the Armory Craft trigger on here, improving that current trigger, and getting some more time behind this. And when I find what I'm going to use, maybe we'll come back and we'll run this against the Taurus TX22 and the Ruger 2245 and see how they stack up against each other. But I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next one.